Hello, everyone. There we go. Hello, everyone. It is Sunday, the 2nd of February. Did you see your shadow today? How about that groundhog? Uh, you know, I have some research on groundhogs. How about that? Uh, it is all good here in the Northeast. How are you doing tonight? I hope you are all doing well, but I want to know what you're grateful for. Tell me about it. Uh, Tell me about it. That is what we want to know tonight. Oops, what's going on here with my screen is all over the place. Hey, yeah, I think I saw April's on here. Hey, April's here. Whoa, how are we tonight? My notes for tonight. I had notes someplace. Someplace I have notes. Oh, there it is. There we go. It has been a great week, a great week. It is exciting to be here with you. I can't believe we are already pulling the page to another month. Another month. Yes, is in the books. I hope your January was amazing. Amazing. Because that can be a great Kickstarter to the year when you are up and running and already on the cusp of amazing. You know, when you start the year amazing, when you start your day amazing, it is just great. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Hey, Heather. So we've got Iowa in the house, Virginia, Florida, Carrie. It's great to have you here. April in Nebraska. It is a great night. Karen, Canadians allowed in? To my show, you're allowed. To my show, you're allowed. No tariff required. No tariff. No tariff for you, Karen. We let you in. Not gonna get they're not we're not gonna give you a great exchange rate, but you're in. You're in. Shade. It is so great to have you all live here tonight. Get on our daily quote book. I did not do that the other day when it was just when Angie was there. Uh, Ooh, I like this. Innovation is seeing what everybody has seen and thinking what nobody has thought. Innovation is seeing what everybody has seen and thinking what nobody has thought. That's entrepreneurship right there. That is entrepreneurship right there. It is going places that nobody has gone, doing things that nobody has thought about doing, crazy things. You know, when I first created our distribution center, I don't know, it's got to be like 15 years ago now. You know, it was a new idea. It was a crazy idea that people thought I was nuts. And here we are all these years later, moved into our new one. We completed that on Friday, and that was super exciting to complete that move. And I think, fingers crossed, we're set to open there tomorrow morning and get people to work. Hey, Florida Angie. So I'm excited about that. But that's entrepreneurship, is thinking about things that nobody else has done or did. It is a great feeling, Michelle. It is a great feeling. And you know, that's part of what we're going to talk about a little bit tonight, you know, is great feelings. You know, you create feelings. I've been on this kick, you know, January I was on this kick with you guys about goals and setting goals for the year. You know, both goals for the year personally and professionally, because I want you to be more than your business, even when your name is on the door. Okay, I'm gonna pick on Michelle here for a second. Her name's on the door of Michelle's Hybrid Fashion. People come in and say, "Well, I know Michelle; she would let me do it," and she probably would, but that doesn't mean they really know Michelle. uh, but that's just because of her big heart. But but Michelle is so much more than her store. Um, so much more. And we lose our identity. We give up our identity to our store. Our store is part of us. Don't get me wrong, and it is important part, but it is so much more than that. So that's why it's so important to have both personal and professional goals. But we talked about breaking it down. You got these big annual goals. I want to accomplish this. Our warehouse was a goal for our stores last year was to accomplish that and get a new, bigger space. And but one way you do that is breaking down the big goals into little pieces. Okay, and as we flip the calendar to February, okay, and the groundhog shows itself, okay, and says early spring. By the way, Staten Island, if you're searching United States groundhogs and their accuracy record, you'll find that Staten Island Chuck, the groundhog for Staten Island, or is it Long Island Chuck? Staten Island Chuck has the best accuracy record, but Staten Island Chuck is predicting an early spring. So the Punxsutawney Phil only has a 33% accuracy record, but Staten Island Chuck's is much higher. Don't ask me how I know that. But breaking it down into monthly goals, okay, and breaking your monthly goals down to weekly goals. See, because then it's more attainable. Whether that is a sales increase, okay, and growing your sales by a certain dollar figure. When you break that down by 12 into 12 months of the year, and you break that down for each week of the month to a little bit, it's how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? How do you get things done one step at a time? It is not the next 100 steps you take, it is the next step. And we talk about it so much at Next Level Resale because we want you to take the next step, not the next 100, okay? One step at a time, one step, okay, towards accomplishment, one step towards your goal, okay? Knowing that, okay, you people that wear Fitbits and Apple Watches and everything else, okay, even sometimes when you take a step back, yes, sometimes we take a step back. Your fitness tracker will still track that as a step. It is still a step. It may not be in the direction you want to go, but sometimes you have to take a step back so you can take 2 steps forward. Take a step back to take 2 steps forward. Okay, take a moment to breathe so that you can breathe your way forward. It is such an important thing with designing your goals and creating that environment. So I don't want you to lose track of that. I don't want you to say, oh, Neil, I know habits and goals tend to go out the window very fast. Okay, it takes time to build that up and to build up a habit and to follow through on your goals. And sometimes we're racing to do it at the deadline. Okay, if you set an annual goal, you're trying in December to do everything you can to make that annual goal rather than doing the steps throughout the year. And sometimes come February, your goal is forgotten. And I don't want you to forget the goals you set in January. I want you to continue to work on them and work forward. One of my January goals was to get taxes done. Okay, not only get our warehouse moved, you guys all knew about that, but our taxes done. My goal for it was by Martin Luther King Day. I did not hit that. I was close. I was traveling then, and I did not have everything. I hadn't received all the tax forms that I needed for the companies that I manage and livelihoods of the people in my household that I manage their taxes for. So I was short on my tax list of some documents that I needed. And so I did not hit that goal, but I did get all the taxes into the accountant, everything for taxes to complete it by, what was it, last 30th? So by the 30th. So I was 11 days late, but I got it done in January. And I know most of you haven't even begun to think about taxes yet. except for issuing maybe your W-2s to your employees. You know, it is, I love that, Michelle. Goal to get your taxes done by mid-April, right? And I get it. It's not exciting. One of the things that I use, and we can talk about it, because it's a great thing to do one year. Let me find my sheet. A second. Do I have? Well, my sheet is someplace on my desk. I've been getting so many. Oh, I know where it is. It's in the folder that's done. It's in my tax folder. It's all the way. I have this spreadsheet, and I know this won't show up right, or it won't mean much, but I have this spreadsheet that I made one year of all the documents that I needed to gather for tax time. And you can do it from last year's taxes, okay, because this is what made getting taxes done easy. And I know I'm a document guy, and I'm a get it done with numbers guy, but really I made this document of everything that I needed, and I update it. Like, I have one new form written down here at the bottom to add to next year's list. Okay. And I made this list, saved it, so that every year at tax time, all I have to do is go down that checklist and what do I need to print off? What do I need to get out of QuickBooks? What forms do I need to download from the various online entities and everything? And that way I know what I'm looking for and what I need to get ready for the accountant. And that way I can be, first in line, because, a lot of his business returns are more like, again, I'll pick on you since you threw yourself out there, Michelle, who are like, show up in mid-April. And honestly, I get that week of tax week in April, I get all these calls out of left field from store owners about their taxes or about questions with it. But I can tell you from my own perspective, it is great to have it done. It's awesome to have it, not anything I have to worry about anymore. Okay, I don't have to do anything, and he'll have everything all done and filed. And that is a great feeling. So it takes the pressure off you that that's all done. But it was making that checklist that made it so much easier, because it wasn't that many, I could be like, I was like you, Michelle. There was a time where I was like that. I was racing to get everything together. Do I have it? Do I even know what I need to have? Even for as much as I'm a numbers guy, it was getting that done. Nobody loves taxes. Nobody loves taxes. And so I would dread it and I'd put it off. But having that document list actually makes it super simple. And that's actually divided by, you got to keep in mind, I'm in charge of not only my store's tax return, Next Level's tax return, my Cassandra Mine's personal one, Nana's tax return, and Ryland's tax return. So that's 5 different entities that I'm responsible for, and I have my document list that covers all of them, so that I can just go boom, 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 and know what I need to have. It makes it really very simple. And so, but looking at what you gave last year is a great starting point. My other tax recommendation is, no matter how much you trust your accountant, and I trust him very, very much. Okay, no matter how much you trust your accountant, always give them copies and you keep the originals. Always give them copies. Do not give all your originals away. Okay, make sure when you give them your paperwork to prepare your taxes that you are providing them copies, not your originals. That is an important thing. My next, not to get dark on you, okay? I don't want to get dark on you for a second, but contingency planning is important, and I just talk about it for a second here because of the plane crash this week that went to DC, and I go to DC a lot. Is to remember what happens if there's no you. So having contingency plans for everything in your business and your personal life is incredibly important. We covered this a lot at our last class, with business continuity planning, our last class in Orlando. And, we're working on something for that to help people with that all along because it just is really important. Um, so I just wanted to make a brief mention of that because it's fresh on my mind with that recent crash. And I'm going to DC again soon because there's a lot happening in DC this year. So I get the impression that I will be there a bunch this year. Um, what else did I have on my list for tonight? I feel like I'm lost for my brain freeze for a second. I've had ice cream twice in the last 2 days, no matter how cold it is. I've had a little bit of ice cream twice in the last couple of days. Last night's ice cream was so good, so good. Um, I wanted to talk a little bit because I've had a lot of you guys at what flavor? It was peanut butter. Last night was peanut butter. Today we had a maple something. No, was it maple? I don't know. It was really good. It was with an apple tart. I forget what it was. Oh, it was a cinnamon something. Today we had an apple tart with our for dessert for brunch. A nice warm apple tart, and it had a cinnamon something. But yesterday's peanut butter was so amazing. Really cool place too. Really cool place. Uh, what was I going to talk about? I was going to talk about because I've had a lot of people asking about. Yeah, peanut butter. Well, we went out to dinner at this place we hadn't been to before, Karen. We went out to dinner at this place we hadn't been there before, and it was really very good and everything. But they had an ice cream stand as part of it, and we actually saw people coming in just for the ice cream. And we saw other tables getting ice cream for dessert, and their dessert sounded really good. And we're frozen. I mean, I was cringing yesterday. The batteries in my heated gloves died yesterday, and I'm freezing. And so we were like, "Do we get ice cream?" But when we saw people coming in for takeout of ice cream there, we're like, "Oh, their ice cream actually has to be good," and it was amazing. It was amazing. I gotta say, we really did enjoy it, and we enjoyed our whole dinner there. It was nothing fancy. I got a fish and chips dinner. Cassandra got a hot chicken sandwich. One of those hot chicken things, but it actually, most of those aren't very spicy when you go out to eat and you get one of those. It's flavorful but not spicy. And this had flavor and spice. It was surprising because so often it's more tame than that. And this had a lot of spice. But that was really great. But I've had a lot of you had questions on the webinar Angie and I did the other night on AI. And if you have not seen that webinar, go watch the replay. It was an amazingly informative and useful. Just that webinar, just what you can get from that webinar was amazingly, just truly amazing. Okay. And our upcoming virtual workshop, is going to take that to its next level. I mean, it's going to go beyond its next level on it because AI is so much more than just ChatGPT. It's so much more than the tool of ChatGPT and what ChatGPT can do for you the way it is. With our HR Builder Pro, with the modules that we're building for that, it can truly transform how you work. It is like you add multiples of yourself if you do it correctly. And that's what the class is going to be all about, is actually making AI simple. So it is actually a tool that helps you grow your business, that it actually buys you time. It is so tip of the iceberg. The way that is, April, I was thinking about it today as I was working on things, it is, really finding uh, it is more AI. Hiring is a part of what we're covering, but it's how to use AI throughout your business. Okay, how AI becomes another employee for you. How it becomes an employee. So you have no employees, and I love that. Okay, I love the quite honestly, part of me loves the simplicity of not having employees. But okay, using AI in your business, okay, and will help you master social media promotions, and part of it's hiring. Uh, and I totally get being scared of it. I totally get it. But when you see how we teach you to use it to create time, Michelle and Karen, I mean, it'll be amazing. Now, I don't know you as well, Karen, as I know Michelle. And Michelle's time is spent with her grandbabies, and I know it will create time for her. Uh, best, I wish they could enter inventory. It's not that far off where we'll be able to do that. Okay, where it'll be able to do some things for you. But right now, if it can master, just our part of it where it masters social media and promotions for you and takes that off your plate so you can focus on your customers. Okay, so you can focus on being the community champion in your store and working with your customers is going to be amazing. Okay, it is going to create so much time for you using it in the way that we teach it. The course that Angie has worked so hard to put together for us, that workshop, but we're going to teach you to use it in a way. Yes, I love AI to enter inventory. It's headed there. The software guys are really working on things for it. It's doing some neat things with AI. It's not totally there yet, but some of it is really neat what AI is doing for inventory. But how it will use and create your voice for social, how it will use and learn from you for the future will really save you time. I am super excited about the upcoming workshop in March. And if you haven't signed up yet, all the information is at nextlevelresale.com on what we're going to cover. All of the video we did the other night is just truly amazing and tip of the iceberg. But yes, as Angie said, this is like, think of conversations with employees, and think of it as your expert staff. Okay, it's learning to be and work like you and have conversations with you. It is truly amazing. Okay, and it really does lift you up and set you free. So it is going to be amazing. I can't wait for it. Wish it was sooner. I mean, we got a busy February, Angie and I, but we're excited to have it there at the beginning of March. And we want you there to join us. It's going to be this group of store owners that are signed up for it already is amazing. And it will be amazing and transformative for your business. So, and will really pay for itself. And less sassy than most staff. I don't know. Sometimes, AI can be sassy with me, but I think you're plugging things into my AI, April. But that's just my guess on it. You know what is an AI? This video and everything I cover goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running the store where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, you can ring the bell so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody run a better business. I am here on Sundays and Wednesday at More 8 Finish. Sunday and Wednesdays, More 8 Finish. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, Neil at nextlevelresale.com, Neil at nextlevelresale.com. We start the program with our unique daily quotes. I read you earlier. Let's see what I like this. Your economic security doesn't lie in your job. It lies in your own power to produce, to think, to learn, to create, to adapt. That's true financial independence. It's not having wealth, it's having the power to produce wealth. Yes, the power to produce wealth, and that's part of your AI. That is part of it, people. Until then, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, even. We will party again at our AI made simple presentation in March. But until then, know that you and you, but most importantly, you, yes, you're not alone running the store. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you on Wednesday the 5th. Yes, Angie is in Florida, Karen. She is in Florida. Have a great night.